Our next guest is a very funny actress, comedian, and writer you know from shows like Parks and Recreation and films like Obvious Child. She stars in The Great North. The second season premieres this Sunday night on Fox. Excuse me, let's take a look.
Uh-oh, a flop and a sigh. What's going on, Jude?
Ever since Dr. Gary said I'm getting my braces off, I felt sad.
Well, you're always going to get them off eventually. It's a part of growing up.
Like learning to shave your legs and then not caring enough to do it.
But Judy, once your teeth are out of those little wire jails, you can do anything. A day after I got mine off, I went right over to the car dealership and through a series of miscommunications, got trapped in a car trunk for 3 days.
I guess I better go look in the mirror and sigh a little bit more.
Please welcome back to the show one of our favorites, Jenny Slate. How are you, Jenny?
Hi, Seth. Ooh. Sorry, no, I don't know, whatever. I'm
I like
tired.
that. I think that energy was right and not at all weird.
No, I mean, I would love, okay, hi, Seth. Hi. That's a really nice way to say hi. Hi, I have a new baby, and it seems like now when I say hi to adults, I say hi the way that I do to my baby. And like, so a normal hi from me at this point is like, oh my God, who just woke up.
This is very exciting. You had baby Ida in December, correct?
I did. I had her kind of like just a few days, I feel like, after I last spoke with you.
Yes, you were very, you showed your belly on our show, which we really appreciated seeing because it did look like an any day now situation.
Yeah, the baby came out.
Yeah. And how's it been?
Did not come. It's really nice. It's super nice to have a baby. I am like more tired than I have ever been or known that a person could be. Like you know when you're so tired that other things, like you like just put your head on a table and you're like, this could be a bed. Like everything seems like it could be a bed.
Yep.
Yeah.
And are you finding time? I know one of the hardest things, you know, for Alexi when you know, she gave birth was like just finding time to like eat and do stuff like that.
Let me tell you, the other day, I was on the telephone. I called up to speak to someone at your show, and they were like, late night, hold for 1 moment. And I was like, oh, cool. 20 seconds maybe, I shoved half a chicken thigh in my mouth. That's how I eat now. It's like half of an animal, and I'm standing up, and the whole time I go, sorry. So yeah, that I find the time. I find it.
It must be both great to be able to do voiceover work right now in a show like this because you don't have to worry about all the COVID protocols, but the negative must be that you never get to interact with a cast that is so talented.
It's such a bummer because also we started in the studio. So like, you know how we know how much fun it could have been. I like to compare it to my shellfish and avocado allergy, which is like, there was a time when I ingested it a lot. And I was like, oh, these things are very delicious. And then suddenly I got like crazy explosive diarrhea and I could never have them again. Not that I'm allergic to our cast, but now we're over Zoom. But I will say it's really nice because you have that energy of like people that are super eager to perform.
Yes.
That like jacked up energy. And then also all of the squares of the Fox executives that just have their names and they're just like lurking.
Do you like the lurkers?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to admit it. I never thought that could be something I would get into, but I'm just like, I wonder what Todd is thinking about this. What does Todd look like? Like, is he chuckling? He's so withholding. I'll never know. I better floor it with my performance.
Your character, we found out, was obsessed with Alanis Morissette, and you got to meet via Zoom. Was it via Zoom that you met Alanis?
No, it was in person.
That is outstanding. Now, I know she was a big deal to you. Did you keep your cool?
I mean, what do you think? You know me a little bit.
I think you are smart enough and aware enough to at least go in with the preparation of trying not to lose your cool.
For sure. Of course. I was like, today, Alanis will be at the table read. I don't need to like wear my Jagged Little Pill shirt. I can wear a blue turtleneck so that she'll think like that I'm like just normal. I'm just waking up. I didn't like shoot out of my bed and hit the ceiling because Alanis will be in the same room. And I will also say, I don't really like to meet like people that I admire
Mm-hmm.
because if it goes wrong, then the whole thing is like ruined forever. Like I one time met this jazz singer who I really liked, who was very old, and now she's deceased. Not that that's part of this, but it's part of life.
Yeah.
So we all go eventually. But I like had my little CD because this was in the past, and I went up to her and I was like, I just want you to know your music means so much to me. And this like tiny little old lady looked over to the other like 100-year-old person next to her and went, oh, brother. And I was like, and so I was afraid to meet Alanis in case she hated me like that old woman did hate me before she died.
Yeah.
And so I was like, just don't do anything. Just sit next to Alanis and just don't do anything. Just say your lines. And so I went in there, I sat next to Alanis, and I was like, would you mind taking a picture with me? And she did. And we took a selfie.
Okay, good. So that one had a happy ending.
Yeah. I mean, the picture is uncool.
Gotcha. But at
Right.
least it's like proof of life. You did meet her, and you can prove it to people.
Yeah, for sure. I can prove it if I want to show a picture of Alanis looking normal and me going like flared nostrils, like weird, as if I have an itch and I'm trying to make a face to make it go away rather than scratch it. Like it's just not a good picture, but I have the picture, and Alanis is really nice, of course.
I want to close by asking this. I know that you have been trying to get married, and COVID has been throwing wrench after wrench in your plans, but you were you might be pulling it off finally.
Yeah, that's true. We've canceled 3 times, not because of arguments, but because of a pandemic, which is a lovely way to cancel your wedding.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to do it just in a much smaller way, like in our living room. That's the way now.
We've talked in the past about how one of your favorite things about weddings is when the bride surprises the groom with a song that she has written about him, and how the groom is, in the moment, devastated that's happening. Have you thought about doing this for Ben?
Oh, yeah. I mean, when your wedding gets ruined 3 times, you're like, let's just kill this thing, just to say, I don't dislike it when someone like sings a song with, like, I was at a wedding, a bride sang a song with the groom on the piano. I was like, this is a wonderful version of this. What I don't like is like bride at the top of a staircase. Why is there a staircase in your venue? Wireless mic, and singing a specific song, just like, Troy, I let you go on the fishing trip with Kevin because you know that I trust you. Trust is essential, or whatever. And it's just like, this isn't for him. That bothered me.
If you would you like to rehearse, or at least show us a little taste of what, if you did this, what you would sing to Ben?
Yeah, because here's the thing. I already had the baby.
Yeah.
So it's like, he's here. So I feel like instead of it being like, when I met you, it was summer, a beautiful season, or whatever, if you like summer,
Yeah.
It would more be like, then you saw me poop in the barf bag because I couldn't get to the bathroom when the baby exploded from my vagina. I love you, baby, right?
I think you would. I think everyone in that living room will jump to their feet if you sing that song.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be, even though it's going to be in our living room and I'm not going to need that amplification, I'm going to be on the mic.
You're going to be on a wireless mic. I think that's an excellent call. Hey, Jenny, it's always so lovely to see you. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, Seth.
The second season of The Great North premieres this Sunday at 8:30 p.m. on Fox.